The Proclaimers' Life With You, title track of the new CD, and also an instant classic, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
I think we have Craig and Charlie here, brothers, identical twins. You guys have been together since birth, but playing together since 1983 professionally. Usually bands with brothers don't last that long. What's your success?
I don't know. I think because being twins, we were together all the time as kids. Classroom, same group of friends, you know, so we got used to spending all our time together, so when it came to a band it was fairly natural it would be in the same one.
Did you guys dress alike when you were kids? Did your parents say that?
No, what happened when we were growing up, it was the fashion then to dress twins exactly the same, but my parents used to dress us slightly different, you know, the relatives would always buy exactly the same gear, but they would put them in on different days, you know. So it was slightly different, but it was fairly similar. Yeah.
Now you guys have been you released your first album in '88, '87.
87, yeah.
20 years. Are you amazed that you're still doing it, and with this new album still so, you know, I would guess still so viable?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't think you really think that far ahead. You know, when you make your first record, you just kind of think about doing that, and then everything's new, and then you're thinking about doing the next one, and beyond that, I don't think you really imagine. You don't know if you're going to be here in 20 years' time, you know. But I think the fact that we're still doing it and we're still doing the job that we love is a great thing.
This is a great album. The song you just played, it has that feel-good feeling of a Proclaimers song. Mm-hmm. Did you guys sit down and write it as a hit? Hey, let's write a hit.
Basically, you write the songs, and then when you go to the studio, the arrangements and whatever vibe you're getting in the studio and how it sounds then kind of dictates what the lead track's going to be. So that was, as soon as we started doing it, it became obvious that that was going to be one of the more commercial things. So that's why you pick it, because it sounds like the one that radio might play, really.
Now, there's other songs that radio might stay away from, but you guys didn't stay away from any topic. You should talk about war, talk about knighthood. Explain writing those type of songs and actually deciding to put them on your album.
Well, we've always done songs that have got kind of varying subject matter, you know, and I think we're not the first or the last people to write about the war, you know. We've actually done it on previous albums recently, but there's a couple of songs pertaining to that on this record, and there's also a song pertaining to the British honour system, you know, the knighthoods and the MBEs and the people who say they're never going to take one, and then when they reach 50 or 60, they get Sir whoever or Dame whoever, you know. And I think it's all right if you believe in that, that's fair enough. But when you say you're not going to take one, and then 20 years down the line you take it, it's a bit of a joke. Because
one of your influences, early influences, was punk music. Yeah. Can you imagine someone who started in the punk scene actually accepting a knighthood?
Sir Joe Strummer, no, I suspect not. But Sir Paul took one. But it's a matter for them, isn't it? I think a lot of people are just not. You know, they're not particularly one way or the other politically, that's fair enough. But I think Craig pointed out, it's not so much the guys who are either monarchists or they don't really care, it's the guys that maybe on the left or maybe hippies, and then they were kind of against that kind of system, and yet they become part of it, which seems odd 30 years down the line.
There's a lot of politics, a lot of opinions in this CD. If they tune in for the first song and you just keep on going, it's actually a little learning experience. Do you go in to the studio thinking, you know, we're going to make a politically smart album?
Basically, and the whole track listens, it's just what feels right flowing from one track into another. So I think that the tracks flow from one to another very well on this record. But we didn't sit down and say, well, there's got to be a certain number of political songs or kind of humorous songs. It's just how they come out at the time, and what the songs that hang best together when you record them, that's what you put on the CD.
Now the next song you're going to play, I'm going to be 500 Miles. Yeah. I never ever get tired of listening to it. Do you guys ever get tired of playing it?
No, honestly not. I mean, it's one of those ones where usually when we're playing it, it's in the context of a set, which is like an hour and a half, so it's 3 minutes out of that. So, I mean, and if we hadn't had that song, we couldn't keep touring like we are now. So, I think it's done us a lot of good. So,
it's one of the best songs ever written. But I don't know what havering is. I've
havering.
Thought havering.
Havering.
What is havering?
It's just talking nonsense. That's all it is.
BSing.
BSing
over here.
Well, let me get out of the way so you can do I'm Gonna Be 500 Miles, The Proclaimers.